Well, welcome to this week's Resistance Download. The theme of this week is serve. This has become kind of a place for me that represents serving. I don't really like doing dishes or really even enjoy doing dishes, but the truth is that for my wife, this is a way that I can serve her. In our home, we've got our three little ones, Titus, Tilly, and Maya, and the dishes pile up very quickly. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And Heather's a great cook, takes great care of the kids. There's a lot of stuff around the house. So the way that I serve her, one tangible way every day, is dishes. And I'll be honest with you, there's times when I don't want to do the dishes, when it's late at night. You know, I'm doing dishes at like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night because I know it's going to help her the next day. I know that there's times in the morning I'm doing dishes. There's times in the afternoon when the kids are down for a nap. It really seems like never ending and slightly frustrating at times. But the truth is that we have to have a mentality of serving the people around us and helping them to encounter God. So this place for me is kind of like my little serve zone. And there's lots of ways that I can serve my wife, and I serve my family, and I serve my kids, and I try to serve my community as best I can. I obviously fall short of a perfect example by a long ways. But for me, this place represents service. And there's a passage in the Bible that really has always struck a real deep chord with me. It's found in the book of Mark, chapter 10. Jesus makes this comment to his disciples when he's talking about serving. And he says, Jesus called them to him and said to them, "You know that those who are considered rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones exercise authority over them. But it shall not be so among you. Whoever would be the greatest among you must be your servant." Complete contradiction how our culture lives, isn't it? "And whoever would be first among you must be slave of all. For even the Son of Man," Jesus speaking of him very self, "came not to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many." We see Jesus show this example when he washes his disciples' feet before he's betrayed and crucified. I mean, think about how powerful it is. The Son of God, the one who created you and me, washes the feet of his disciples, these sinners falling short of the glory of God. He washes their feet. What was Jesus trying to communicate to us? That we should wash everybody's feet around us because their feet smell? Well, that might be the case, but I don't think so. I think what Jesus is trying to say is for you and me that simple acts of helping and investing in people around you, especially when they're unexpected, really show the heart of God. Being a servant isn't that you try to boast and do all these crazy things. It's simply doing the everyday, ordinary things for people maybe out of the blue that they wouldn't expect in ways that help them and know that the heart of God is within you. So for you, it could be somebody at work that's really looking down, and you go say something encouraging to them after you prayed for them and God maybe speaks to you. It could be just smiling at somebody who's got a frown. It could be seeing somebody who's struggling with their tire on the side of the road and you pull over and you help them fix their tire. It could be as simple as seeing somebody who's crying and you go and you offer prayer and encouragement. It could be in your office setting. It could be with your family. It could be wherever. It could be somebody at work that's struggling to get their workload done. You said, "You know what? I've got a little bit of extra time in my schedule today. Let me help you out." Something unexpected, something practical that meets the need of another person and helps them to encounter God in a real and tangible way through you. It doesn't have to be just for believers. It could be for unbelievers as well. But what area is kind of a zone for you where you can serve? Some things you can do that maybe you don't enjoy doing. Maybe it's not very glamorous. Maybe it's not very fun. But the truth is, it represents servanthood in your life. Think about those things. Think of ways you can do that. And here's something else I want to challenge you and leave you with. Don't ever let something mediocre like doing dishes or moving chairs or helping somebody with something that you don't like doing, don't let it ever be below you. Because the minute something becomes below you, "Well, I can't do that," or that's for people that don't have a degree, or that's for people that aren't educated, or that's for people that, the minute you get that mentality is when pride and religious spirit sets in. So I want to encourage you, serve the people around you. Serve with all your heart. You've got a great chance to do that too when it comes to ministries like Adopt-A-Block or even Convoy of Hope, who's coming up quickly, and helping give kids clothes and helping provide haircuts for people and meeting needs of people in our community in a real simple and tangible way. It's not rocket science, it's servanthood. And so I want to encourage you, figure out the best way that God's called you to do that and look for opportunities this week to serve some people around you, maybe people that could never do anything for you in return. I love you and believe in you. Go out there and serve.